Tonight, the world holds its breath. Across capitals from Washington to Moscow, from Kiev to Brussels, there is an unmistakable sense of urgency. A single Ukrainian strike has shattered long-held assumptions about the war's balance of power. For the first time in years, Russian officials openly threaten American forces, elevating tensions to levels not seen since the early weeks of the conflict. It's not merely a headline, it's the kind of moment historians may mark as a turning point. The consequences of a single misstep, one miscalculated move, could ripple across the globe overnight. Advisors in Washington and Moscow are woken from their beds. Secure communication lines erupt with urgent calls. Analysts, generals, and political leaders are all asking the same two questions. How serious is Russia? How close is the world to crossing a point of no return? In this first hour, as news breaks, the world watches. The Ukrainian strike is not just another battlefield incident. It is a precision strike aimed at a critical Russian military hub, a command center deep in Donetsk believed to orchestrate operations across the Eastern Front. It's a strike that challenges assumptions, recalibrates strategies, and sends a powerful message about Ukraine's capability and intent. The Ukrainian drones strike deep behind Russian lines. Flying low, barely detectable, these unmanned aircraft target a facility housing senior Russian officers. Intelligence sources indicate this hub handles military planning, drone coordination, and operational command. The timing is precise, the moment the compound is busiest. Satellite imagery shows smoke rising, thermal sensors detect fires burning deep into the structure, and emergency radio chatter conveys chaos. Early reports suggest Ukraine may have been aided by real-time satellite and electronic surveillance, information shared by Western allies. Whether true or perceived, Russia interprets it as direct involvement by the United States. Within minutes, Kremlin-controlled media erupts. Russian officials issue statements warning that any future U.S. involvement would make American forces legitimate targets. The situation escalates rapidly, and the stakes are no longer local, they are global. Moscow delivers its most aggressive statement toward Washington in months. The rhetoric is direct, confrontational, and leaves no room for ambiguity. Analysts scramble to decode the message, security advisors evaluate the readiness of Russian forces, and NATO leaders are briefed on the evolving situation. Radar tracking shows strategic bombers moving, missile batteries repositioning, and naval vessels in the Black Sea altering maneuvers. The aim is clear: send a message, assert strength, and shift the global narrative. While on the surface, the statement is aimed at Washington. Internally, it is also directed at domestic audiences, rallying support among hardliners and projecting power in a moment of perceived vulnerability. Reports confirm heightened activity at multiple Russian air bases. Strategic bombers are repositioned, radar systems adjusted, and missile batteries around Crimea enter higher states of readiness. The Black Sea Fleet alters patrol patterns. Every action communicates seriousness, yet none suggest immediate offensive plans. Meanwhile, in Washington, senior officials convene emergency briefings. Scenarios are modeled for every possible escalation: targeting of U.S. reconnaissance aircraft, missile strikes on bases in Europe, or cyber attacks. The reality is clear. The world stands on a knife's edge, where a single miscalculation could ignite a chain reaction beyond anyone's control. Beyond the battlefield, domestic politics shape Russia's response. Hardline bloggers and pro-war commentators criticize the Kremlin for failing to prevent drone attacks. Retired military officers publicly question strategy. Politicians demand stronger responses against Western support for Ukraine. The Ukrainian strike, hitting a critical command hub, becomes not only a military setback, but also a national embarrassment. This pressure amplifies Russia's rhetoric and escalates threats. Moscow seeks to refocus global attention from its losses to the possibility of a broader confrontation, reasserting deterrence without direct conflict. In response, the U.S. and its allies coordinate carefully. Back-channel communications with Moscow are activated. Intelligence agencies monitor every Russian movement: missile batteries, bombers, naval vessels. Diplomatic lines stay open to avoid misunderstanding or accidental escalation. NATO allies synchronize statements, ensuring a unified front. Every scenario, from a drone strike to a misfired missile, is considered, measured, and mitigated. On the ground in Ukraine, forces continue counterattacks despite exhaustion and losses. Civilians endure extreme hardship, yet the nation's resolve remains unbroken. The Ukrainian message is clear: their land will not be surrendered. Military operations are combined with careful intelligence gathering, exploiting vulnerabilities while maintaining a defensive stance where necessary. A misread signal, a jet approaching a border too closely, or a missile test misunderstood can trigger global consequences. Both Washington and Moscow step carefully. Every radar blip, every satellite image, every intercepted communication is analyzed. This is brinkmanship at its most dangerous, a balance between deterrence and disaster. Russia's public statements are fiery, but actions remain measured. Bombers moved, missile batteries repositioned, and naval units shifted, yet no immediate offensive operations are launched. This is strategy, aggressive messaging paired with careful execution. Washington recognizes this, ensuring responses are calculated to avoid escalation while maintaining credibility. The world watches, uncertain of what comes next. One misstep could ignite conflict. Diplomats, intelligence officials, and military leaders monitor every move. This is not just about Ukraine. It is about the fragile balance between nuclear powers, the difference between deterrence and danger. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this channel.